Hello, guys. It's Saturday again, and it's my Saturday recap for the week that just ended. So, definitely, here is my USDJPY. So, if you can clearly see from the day I marked out the high of the week and low of the week, price eventually, there wasn't any much movement happening on the market. So, on USDJPY, price did 100 pip movement, and then there wasn't any much movement. I never did anything on USDJPY. So that was just what happened. Price eventually, like I said, above, whenever price breaks above my high of the week, price tend to retest that low of the high of the week if it's in an uptrend. If it's a low, if it's in a downtrend, price tends to retest the low of the week. So eventually from this place, you can see up to this place that's 100 pip movement. So price eventually got there, broke above it, and price eventually closed off by retesting this level of the low of the week, which you can clearly see. Price eventually retested this level. So whenever price breaks above my high of the week, price eventually and always come back to retest it. So that was definitely what happened on USDJPY. I never did anything on that aspect. So let's jump into USD card. I was definitely waiting for price to eventually start selling, but from what I after marking the high and low of the week, price eventually just braked a little bit and then never did a lot of movement, or there wasn't any much movement on USD card for the week that just closed. There wasn't any much movement, so market was just consolidating. And on GBPJPY, you can see also the same with USDJPY. Price after marking the high of the week and low of the week, price did 100 pip movement and then retested the same level and went back up again. So there wasn't much movement happening on the market the week that just closed. So let's jump into gold as well. On gold, on gold, from the previous video I posted, eventually was buying gold from this level. Then that was TP smashed, and then I went in from the post I posted. I then said I was definitely buying gold. I was longing gold from the previous video I posted. So what happened? Price eventually got to this level. While the trade wasn't moving in my direction, I tightened my risk. I reduced my risk from 27 pips to then 10 pips. So what happened? Price was close to doing 50 pips, or rather 50 pip movement, and then got stopped out on that aspect. And then yesterday being Friday, I definitely saw this opportunity here to go in for a long trade. So I entered a long trade here. Definitely made funds from this place as well. Entered because I saw these conferences as well. This is the high of the week, and then this is the psychological level, and here is the price action, a double pattern. So when I saw this confirmation, I went in for a buy trade and then closed off with a little profit, and then that was what happened on gold. There wasn't any much movement, but eventually gold, checking from the 4 hour time frame, which is the overall time frame. Let's see how many pip movement from where I marked the high and low of the week. So from this level, you can clearly see price eventually did 50 pips, 100 pips, 150 pips, and close to, let's say, 190 pips. So that was the pip movement on gold, which definitely after marking the high of the week. Remember, I said whenever I mark out my high of the week, and the reason why I mark out the high of the week is to get the directional bias. So, in this aspect, price was definitely buying for the week on gold, and then that was definitely the bias, because the bias was it was buying, and whenever price I mark it out and it gives me, whenever price breaks above it, price eventually tends to maintain that buy for the week. But that doesn't mean there's not going to be a sell on the trade. It doesn't mean there's not going to be a sell, which you can clearly see. There was buy, and the buy definitely price broke above this level. You see 50 pip, 100 pip, 150 pips, or thereabout, and price then definitely tend to, it came back to retest the high of the week. And when it came to retest the high of the week, and also it rejected all the psychological level acting as support, which definitely formed a market structure, which you can see looking left. Price came back to this level, retested the level, and rejected. So that's definitely why I said when I mark out this high and low of the week, I have to be patient to see what price is definitely going to do. So in this case, price did 150 pips thereabout on gold. So from the 15-minute time frame, which is my entry time frame, you see when I entered this buy here, I saw a psychological level acting as support. I saw then the high of the week Then I saw a price action here, which is a double pattern. So I saw this, then I went in because I knew price was definitely going to push to the upside. Then eventually got rejected. Market closed off, but eventually was able to make small funds from it. So that was what happened literally. And GBPUSD as well. Let's see GBPUSD what happened as well. So GBPUSD saw the same movement. Like I said, price was eventually going to go to the upside. Why? Because I saw this same psychological level here acting as support and then saw the high of the week. So whenever this happened, I knew exactly that price was definitely going to go to the upside. So I saw this price action here. I saw three of my four confluences. One, I saw psychological level acting as support. Then I saw high of the week acting as also support. So I then saw a price action here. Probably you might not understand that this is a price action. You might not understand this is a double pattern. But if I go further, you will definitely understand that okay, you can clearly see this is the double pattern being formed. This is definitely the double pattern being formed. So it gave me 3/4 confluences as well. So that's why definitely I went in for a buy trade on GBPUSD, and that was definitely what I was all about for the week that just ended. So I just wanted to at least show you guys, as always, trading is not about perfections. You're going to lose money. You're not always going to be right, but intentionally, and what matters is definitely being able to be disciplined, being able to execute your trade when you find confluences as well. So I wanted to just keep you guys posted as well. There wasn't much movement happening on this week that just closed. It was consolidation most of the time, but eventually we go again next week after marking the high of the low. After marking the high and low of the week, like I always do every Monday, I'm not trying to attain perfections. I'm not trying to be perfect. I'm not trying to be always right, but all I'm definitely doing is executing my trade when I found confluences as well. So definitely, I want you guys to hit the subscribe button. I want you to like for more.